let's get started.
And it's going. But nah, that's this spring before the springtime is the plan.
Okay. I was just about to say, I just know you. I ain't gonna reveal where you stay at, but I just know you've been there for a while, you know. And I always saw you up here in Oklahoma City, but I just didn't know if you was living here until you told me that you wasn't living here a couple
Nah,
months
I'm,
ago.
I'm up there 2 3 times a week, sometimes more than that. But I say 2 3 times a week I'm up there, and I was like, you might as well just live up here at this point. And I've been bullshitting.
What you be coming up here for? I think I know, huh?
Nah, nah. I get bored. I don't drink.
No.
I don't smoke. And it's just
Is that
redneck.
something that you is that something that you recently went dry on, or you never been like
No,
that?
never. I've never drunk. I smoked weed a few times.
Yeah.
Cool. I drunk lean pretty heavy. I like lean a lot, but
Yeah.
don't do that. And so I get bored. So I have to go to the city to do stuff because there's nothing to do here.
It's crazy because like in the like a lot of times now it's like it's either you drink or you smoke. There's some people that do both, but I figure I see that there's a lot of people that do either one or the other and don't do one or the other. Like me, I drink. I don't really smoke at all. Like, I mean, if I'm drinking, somebody got a cigarette, I might smoke a cigarette or something like that. You know, that's just because I'm drunk. But I mean, I don't really smoke the weed like that, man. And I ain't got nothing against it. It's just, it's not for me, you know.
I'll do the cigars probably once every like 2 months. I got to a point when I was dating my ex where I would smoke them like once every 2 weeks. Like I was getting them and smoking them heavily. As I dialed back off that.
Yeah, there was a time where I would get a cigar once a month, like call it like treat myself. But I had to go through a lot of trials because I was getting ones that was making me sick as shit, bro. I mean, they were strong because I didn't know what I was looking for. So I was just going in there grabbing one that looked the nicest. And bro, they'd be so strong. I'd be sitting out there on the patio and I gotta put that bitch out and go lay in the bed.
The first time we were in Dallas and there's a cigar little store down there, and I went in there and I just started grabbing some that I recognized the brand, and I came across a Cohiba one, and I just smelled it, and I was like, it smells nice.
Yeah.
I got it, and I've stuck with it. I've tried some of the other ones, and they're some of them are a little stout, but I drink water with it the entire time I'm doing it, and I noticed that I don't get that sick feeling when I just drink a shit ton of water while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's see. I may be a guest on the show, but you know, I got a few questions. You know, because hey, for all y'all that will tune into this wasn't scripted. This is all off the top. So this is all what's it called? Improv. But when's the last, for y'all that don't know, me and him went to high school together, you know, well, not high school, but we went to up to 6th grade, 5th grade,
fourth.
It was, damn, you left that? Damn, yeah. I felt like you was there. It felt longer though, but you know, we've known each other a long time, just put it that way. So I want to ask you, when's the last time you spoke to anybody in that class? Like if it was just a message.
I speak to you and Dana.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in middle school, I had pretty cool communication with Lainey Morgan.
Damn, yeah. Damn, I remember her, man. God. I was an asshole to her, bro.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things. It's like, you know, I'm a dumbass kid. And then we get older and I'm like, I ain't gonna say, she's married now, so I ain't gonna disrespect her. But let's just say I apologized to her like in like 8th or 9th grade. She had came to visit Kelsey or something. And I apologized to her. But just the whole thing was, like no disrespect, but she looked good now, man. It was one of those things. It's like, damn, you mean to them when you're a child, but then they
glow up.
Yeah. And looking, I mean, I guess I wouldn't know as a third or fourth grader, like, damn, she's pretty, because as a third and fourth grader, you really don't know what that means, like, but yeah, she did do well. She did do well.
I'm friends with a few people from like on Facebook, but like I don't speak to like a lot of people.
I mean, I graduated with a lot of them, and like, let's see, graduated in 13. I talk to Kelsey sometimes. She's doing good. You didn't know Kenan. He was from Keymoot, but he's his family's from Tipton. But I speak to him sometimes. I'm talking about out of our class, not like Tipton people in general, but out of our class, like it was Kelsey, Kenan. Really, I really don't speak to Mark at all. Like he'll randomly like message me or comment on like a memory on Facebook or something like that. I mean, I got Madison on Facebook, so I see her. But you want to know somebody that fell off the face of the earth? And to be quite honest, I never even tried to look her up one time just to see Nikki Wallace, bro. You remember her?
Oh, I heard that name a long time.
Yeah, I don't even know how she doing, bro.
I was looking for Terrence.
Honestly, huh?
Go ahead.
I honestly don't even remember if she graduated with us. I think she might have moved. But then again, I don't know. She might have graduated. I don't think she did. But I think she left at like 10th grade or something like that. Maybe 9th.
No, I talked to you out of our class.
That's for you. That's probably all about it. Yeah. I mean, I was never really friends with anyone in our class, really, other than you. I mean, back in the day, what I'm talking about, like, as I grew up, like, I started becoming friends with the underclassmen, like Dana, Antonio, Christian Harden, Bryant Flores, people like that. Though me and Christian Harden and Bryant are like this now, like, we're boys. So it's like, and they were 2 grades below me, so.
Nah, I think with you. And then, like I said, Dana in the group chat, me and Dana, we speak, just between the two of us and everything. And that's about it. Like, I'm friends with
Well, I mean, I guess it's different for you because you left in the 4th grade, Yeah. The only people that would have kept up with you were, like, the ones that, like, when we were in the biker gang, back in the day.
The kids that I grew up with since when we were kids, yeah.
Yeah.
This was improv like a motherfucker. Like legit, I hit you like 10 minutes ago about the recording, and so you got questions. You got some opinions that I got questions about.
Oh shit, yeah, I wish Dana was in here so he could be a part of this because I say a lot of obscure off the wall shit that a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people, but at least you two be wondering my thought process on a lot of shit.
Like I said, we can double back and have him come on here one time. I'd be at the crib, I'm not because at the house.
I mean, you're recording this, and we could, we can end, whenever we end, and maybe we can get a hold of him. You could just chop this video to just pop in to when he gets in.
But
yeah.
Get to the shit, B. What's with these muscle bound chicks, bro? Explain it to me, because I don't get it.
All right, man. For me personally, it's like, I used to be a fit person. I picked up a little weight, COVID. I'm trying to get back into it. But for me, I just look at, I don't want a chick that's like swole, look like she could go play football. But I don't mind a chick that's cut up. I don't mind a chick that works out, It's like, I know you don't like the Kiki girl, but I mean, I've seen a couple other ones in there. I don't know. I think muscles on a girl look good. It doesn't bother me. I would rather have that than And we don't, for one thing, I wish Dana was in here. And this is going to be a part I'm going to cut out of the video and post as a thumbnail for people to see. When it comes to us three, we don't body shame women at all. We like them all, to be honest. I mean, we are three guys that, out of all people that I know, that don't really give a shit. If you look good, you're cool. You know, of course we got preferences. There ain't nothing wrong with preferences, but we ain't gonna look at somebody and be like, nah, you know, or talk shit about them. Like, that's just not who we are. I mean, and like, I got a saying, you know, big, fat, skinny, tall, JT, fuck them all. And I stand by that, you know? And I don't know, just the muscles and that stuff, like, it doesn't bother me. Now, like I said, we have preferences. Do I like the couple girls that I do send, you know? Yeah, they a little muscular, but it ain't crazy. Like, I don't want a chick that's got, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger biceps. Am I judging her because that's what she likes to do? No. But for my preference on an intimate relationship, I wouldn't want to be with someone like that. But
what I've noticed since I got in the group chat, I've noticed some chicks though, I'll be like, yo, she got a muscle, but she all right. There's a MMA fighter named Kayla Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla Harrison, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She's all right. She's all right. It's not bad. But that's about muscular.
I mean, what was one girl named Misha Tate? I mean, she's an MMA fighter. She wasn't swole, but she was kind of a brick house, you know. Ronda Rousey wasn't swole, but she was a brick house, you know. And like, there's this Hispanic girl. I forgot what her name is. She's a sexy Hispanic girl that's an MMA fighter. Sorry, I don't remember her name, but I mean, all these girls are like, they strong, they got muscles and shit, you know. But I don't know. I just see a lot of guys on, and granted, there's a lot of trolls on the internet. They'll be like, ew, muscles. Ooh, girls shouldn't lift heavy and all kind of shit like that. And I'm just like, I'm a person. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. I'm not going to say anything to you if I don't like it, because it's none of my business. Like, that's one thing my mom's always taught me. Like, and when it comes to like a lot of these artists that people want to cancel, or depending on what they've done, like R. Kelly, I ain't gonna argue that. I ain't gonna argue him.
Get him out of here.
You know, whatever what he did was did, you know, whatever. But like, if there's artists that were drug addicts and were terrible to their fans and stuff like that, like an artist that I listen to, Johnny Craig, like, he's, to the general public, I listened to him after he did all this stuff, but like in his early years, he was apparently not nice to fans. He was on drugs. That is true, you know, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff on his background. But my mom told me, mind your business. What they do behind their closed doors is on them. What am I here for? I'm here to listen to the music. So that's the way I look at it. So it's none of my business what you do. It's none of my business to tell you about what you do and what you look like. If I don't like it, I just keep it to myself, you know?
Well, I think there's a way with the music that you can, I have a way of separating the artist from the person.
Yeah. But like, don't get me wrong. If R. Kelly pop up on the playlist on shuffle,
I ain't changing it.
I'm gonna jam it, but I don't actively seek out to listen to R. Kelly anymore.
Yeah, R.
I got R. Kelly on the sex playlist, man, and I let that roll. I ain't skipping that.
He ain't getting no streams from me. I ain't bought music since 08. R. Kelly ain't making no money off me. But yeah, I got him on my phone. I don't fuck with the man Robert Kelly. He's wilding. But
no, yeah,
I listen to his music still.
Yeah, and you know, if that makes me a terrible person to the, I'm sorry, I'll say it. If that makes me a terrible person to the pussies of America, because I listen to his music still, I don't support him. I don't like what he did. But if I'm a terrible person because I listen to the music because of what a motherfucker that don't know me says, then I guess I'm a terrible person, I guess.
No, I see that. I don't give a fuck what people say. I put that tweet up the other day that was like, how did it say? It was what do the people who identify as they, them do when they go to rehab? Yeah. And I had hit somebody. I was talking about Demi Lovato with somebody, and that was my, like, when she go to rehab, when she went to rehab for heroin, like, did she get charged for one? Did she get charged as a single person, or did they charge her for multiple people?
Exactly.
To be multiple people.
Exactly. Here we go. I'm glad you brought that up because, I mean, to be honest, we ain't nobody, so like we can't get canceled or nothing like this. So, I mean, we're great citizens of our community. Let's not get that out. We are great citizens, but I don't give a shit about, not disrespectfully, the LGBT community, right? I don't disrespect them. I let them live how they want to live. Boom. It's the they them people that I don't understand. If you're gay, you're gay. I don't care. I got gay cousins, love to death. I got lesbian cousins, love to death. I don't care if you're a transgender. You know what I'm saying? But I think the LGBT community did what they did for themselves, and then now you've got this community over here that is starting to say, "Well, I'm not a he, she. I'm not." I mean, do they them people consider themselves humans? I don't know. Doesn't Will Smith's kid say he ain't a human?
I don't know what that. Listen, anytime I see the word Smith that family come up, I try to avoid it because they, as a whole, as a family, are fucking wilding.
And like I said, I don't care what they're doing, you know, the they, them, or the Smiths, you know. I just want an explanation I want to sit in a room with 100 people, the non-binary people. I want to sit in a room with 100 of them, and I want them to explain to me how they aren't a he or a she.
And I'm not again. I'll send it to you. I got it on my Google Drive. I've got an interview. I've got a homeboy. Shit. I've got a homegirl that's trans. She is now a woman. Mm-hmm. And I got one of my homeboys that was like, "Yo, I want to sit down with her and talk." And I was like, "I don't think that's gonna go over well because I know how my homeboy is. I know how he words things. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna go over well." A few months went by. I finally got him in the same room, and they had a conversation. And they had it. She explained it. Now, do I get it fully? No, because I never wanted to be a woman.
Yeah.
But it made sense. That's how you feel. Cool, whatever. I have no issue with that.
No, like I said, on that, the LGBT, that I understand where they're coming from. Do I disagree with it? No. Do I agree with it? No. The thing is, I don't care. I don't care. Like, you are living your life. I'm going to live my life. You bump into me on the street. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to say I'm sorry. Like, and I hope you say you sorry, you know? Like, none of that extra stuff matters to me. Like, I'm not going to look at them and be grossed out by them. Like, how a lot of people are. And that's the crazy part about it. And it's just like, I don't classify as a conservative or a Democrat or liberal, whatever you want to say. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I do JT. That's what I do. I do JT, and what you do has no concern with me. I'm not going to disrespect you. You don't disrespect me. If I know that you're gay and I am not gay and you hit on me, I'm like, hey, I appreciate it, but that ain't me. You know, if it's a transgender person, I'm not going to say, hey, no, hold on. I'm just like, no, I'm not interested. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I'm not going to belittle someone or make someone feel some type of way because I have a lot of conservative friends. I mean, we're from Southwest Oklahoma, bro. We're from Oklahoma in general. Yeah. And we have a lot of friends and a lot of people that we know that are just like, oh, hell no, we ain't doing that. Oh no, Jesus Christ ain't intend for us to do that. Like, and it's just like, okay, that's your beliefs. Like, you ain't gotta let some beliefs like that out because nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. Like, and that's just the way that I look at everything. Like, you got people that post on social media all their fucking business, their personal private business. And if you know me, I hate that. You and me. Why post your business on, bro? I get on Facebook, I get on Twitter, and I know motherfuckers that lights bills ain't been paid. I know motherfuckers that are talking about their baby daddy is cheating on them. I know people that say all kind of crazy personal shit on the internet. And I'm just like, why do you want to do that? And especially motherfuckers from Tipton where we're from, bro. Like, you don't probably got as many people on Facebook from Tipton as I do, but I know everybody's personal business, whether I know them personally or not.
To me, social media is, I have my private life and I like to keep my private life private.
Exactly.
I've had issues with women in the past where they're like, well, you don't post me. Well, this is a real relationship. What we do in our private life is exactly that. The rest of the world don't need to know. I'm getting out of that, but like, I don't need to post pictures of us together to show the world that I love you. Like, I don't care what everyone else thinks. Like, yeah. You know that I love you? Yeah. So then what the fuck do I need to post? And, you give and go a little bit, but it's my real, like, I have a real life. And I
don't want nobody to know what I'm up to, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like one day, like I get you on the relationship part of the social media, because I've been in a couple of relationships where the social media was a thing that mattered. And I was just like, why does that matter? Like, okay, I get on Twitter. I get on Twitter to be funny, to say crazy shit, to have hot takes, and to promote my music. That's what I get on Twitter for. I don't get on Twitter to let people know how I'm doing, or like, like when I was coaching, I would post, we won the game. And when I stopped coaching at, Santa Fe, because I know people would like to come watch, and I know people want to support me doing that. So when I quit, I let people know that, I stepped down, I learned this, learned that, boom. That was about as much of, and like I quoted in that status, I was like, I don't place my personal life on the internet or anything. But that wasn't something that was that personal or that private. That was like I did this, I had an experience, and then there might be somebody that's following me and be like, hey, we actually need a coach. Are you available to come for an interview? Like, so I use social media for a lot of things: marketing, music, to make people laugh, to put people on music, other people's music. Like, I don't get on there for a diary. And that's what gets on my nerves, is like legit seeing people post them. This is fucked up, but I'm saying it. If you post yourself crying on social media.
Hey, you've been standing strong on this for years. And I'm completely with you.
If you post yourself crying on social media, I do not wish you to get over that. And that's fucked up. I know that is super fucked up, because you have somebody that you could go talk to. You have somebody. You may not have your parents. Sorry. You may not have grandparents. You may not have a spouse. You have somebody that you can reach out to. If it's your boss at your job, if you got a job, you can talk to your boss about something, because your boss most bosses want your best interest, because they want you to be able to come to work, whether they give a fuck or not. That's the act on them. But yeah, just getting on there. My boy sent me a video today. He's got this fucking app that people don't know. He's screen recording the shit. Well, he sent me he's in somebody's private story. This chick had some like sad punk rock song playing, crying. The caption was like, yeah, this is just one of those days. And she's just looking at the camera and driving, recording and driving, crying, and then takes a rip of a cigarette, bro.
I can't imagine the act of grabbing my phone, going to Snapchat, holding down or even doing the lock to the record, and then crying into the phone.
I mean, I couldn't do it. And like, we're men, so it's like, it's getting better. Like, most men don't express their feelings, it's just it's a man thing. But as the years getting on, men have gotten to the point where we need to express our feelings, because we don't have to be tough. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I've probably cried, a couple times in the last couple months, just off stress shit, But never once I looked at my iPhone. I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. I never looked at that thing and said, you know what, let me get this on the snap.
Hey,
the
day you do, hey, I hope whatever.
The day I do, I must be down really bad.
I don't listen. I ain't never been down that bad. I had some fucked up shit happen. I ain't never been that down where I recorded myself.
Hey, here we go. Here, Darion. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've been in 2.5 relationships. 2.5. We can discuss what that means later, but I was in 2.5 relationships. I've only been in 2.5 my whole life. I'm 27, bro. When the first one ended, my fault. Cried like a bitch. I was a pussy, bro. But it was my first one. I was like 20, 19, 20, didn't get on Snapchat. The second one wasn't my fault. I guess it just didn't work out. Told myself I would learn from the first one about being emotional and a pussy and all that. Like, told myself, like, nah, I ain't gonna do this. Well, in my thought process, it was like, well, fuck. I fucked the first relationship I was up in, so I get it. I'm emotional because I did that. I did that to her. I shouldn't have done whatever I did. And the second one, I thought I was doing everything right, and it still didn't work out. So the thought process of myself saying, I'm not going to be that way on the second one, well, it kind of fucked me up because it was like, well, fuck, I thought I was doing everything I could by the books, I didn't make the same mistakes as I made the first time. But then, pussy. I was a pussy for a long time. I've been single ever since. And I think it's been like 4 or 5 years, 4 years single. And here I am now, still never posted anything about it, never cried about it.
No, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. And I get it. Everybody's different. I get it. Maybe and we live in a time now where social media is so important, but I have like 250 Snapchat friends, and maybe on average 160 of them watch my stories. I don't want them to see me crying. Granted, I shouldn't care what people think about me, but also I shouldn't post myself doing that kind of shit on Snapchat.
I'm real bad about on social media. I'll post a picture from like 6 months ago. Like I did something. I posted some picture from whenever I was in Chicago with my family, and my sister was like, she hit me like privately and was like, "Are you in Chicago?" And I was like, "Nah, that shit was from like 2 months ago." Like, nah, I just came to my phone and saw that I posted. And she was like, "Oh, you don't ever like say if you there or not." No, like this is as much as they'll get of me. I'm not gonna give you any more than what I'm willing to give. And I ain't telling you where I'm at, what I'm doing. It's none of your business. Leave me alone.
Bro, I'm at the point right now to like, I've said, because like a lot of the people that my friends and stuff that I hang out with, like are married, kids, moved off. Like one of my last like single homies in the area is moving to fucking Florida tomorrow. So it's like me and him used to, we'd link up and we'd go out and try to get on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Well, now I'm like the last friend of this big ass friend group I had in 2015 is gone now, and at least single people, and I got another single homie that lives in Austin, but that doesn't do any well for us to go link up, try to get on somebody, but I've gotten to the point now to where I'm so low key that like I'll get a couple messages from some people like, yeah, bro, you all right? Like, you alive? Like, because I don't post my moves anymore. Like, I mean, you got me on Snapchat and Instagram. The only thing I post is music shit.
Yeah,
and I guess you can look at that and say, okay, he's at the house. But like, I want to be to the point where I'm so low key that like, nobody even knows that I'm in Mexico and I just post a picture of the beach, you know, with a drink, you know, do a little selfie of the drink. Like, damn, you in Mexico? You ain't saying like, well, fuck, I wasn't supposed to say nothing to you. I'm JT living life, bro.
Exactly. No, and that's where I'm at with it too, where it's just, if you see something that I'm doing, it's because I decided that the world needed I decided the world needed to see it.
Exactly.
And it may, like I said, it may be 3 months after I'm already back. I'm at home.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you on that. I don't know. It's just social media has taken over so much. And I get it. That's the time that we live in. But I mean, I just think it's taken over too much of our lives and people's lives. And I mean, when I look at my screen time that I get popped up, I'm on my phone like a motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie about it. But you still don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, my shit, Reddit, just Google Chrome while I'm on there, just either looking up stuff, reading and all that, and like Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of Twitter just scrolling, laughing at shit. TikTok's taking over a little bit too. I fucking hate that. I hate TikTok. I hate that I'll open it and then I'll just sit on it for 20, 30 minutes at a time.
I was so against it when this shit started first coming out. I was like, I'm not downloading this. I ain't doing it. Fuck that. I ain't doing it. Because it was the dances that was popular at the time. Mm-hmm. It was just the dances. And I was just like, man, I ain't hating on nobody that's having fun dancing, but this shit was god awful, dog. Like, these challenges these motherfuckers are doing, like, you're having fun, I know, but fuck. It makes me hate songs, bro. Like, I will delete those songs off my phone.
It's just not for you. You ain't hating on what they're doing. It's just, that's not what I want to see.
Yeah. And like, I'll watch, and the funny part is like, I mean, you'll send me sometimes. It's like, yeah, she nice. She look good. But I'm just like, that dance kind of ruined it. But I mean, whatever. That's just my opinion, you know. But I like how TikTok has switched over to, you know, it's like it's the new Instagram. I mean, I guess Instagram still has a place. They're kind of the same thing, except there's no pictures on TikTok, but just because more people are probably engaging in that now. You know, my news feed, my For You page is music, food, and ass, and a couple occasional like comedians. And I mean, I get it's an outlet. I think it's probably gonna put YouTube to shame. If I was to guess anything if I was to guess any social media outlet that hurts because of it, it will probably be YouTube. But
I think depending on what you're wanting to get out of it, because I think YouTube, because I mean, TikTok, you can put pretty long videos on there, but you can't, you know, I couldn't upload an hour and a half long podcast to TikTok.
That's true.
And I wouldn't, if the video is super long, I ain't watching it anyway. And so I think depending on what you want your audience, what your target audience is, and what you're putting out there, I think YouTube will always have it.
I mean,
place.
I said that because, like, you know, the majority of people that get on YouTube, I don't know, I'm not gonna say the majority, but a lot of people get on YouTube for DIY or how you do shit, you know. And there's a lot of people on TikTok that are doing it under 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I mean, you don't know how much shit that I've learned off of there, like cooking wise stuff. Like, I've learned a lot of shit just off a 60-second video that I'll watch a 4-minute video on YouTube and they could have got the gist of it in that 60 seconds when they wanted to do extra shit. And that irritates me. I don't like a lot of motherfuckers that will just give you an intro, a 3-minute intro on some shit. Granted, they'll put the timestamp and say the video starts at 360. But it's like, bro, you didn't have to give us that update. Make a video for the update of, like, say you're doing I don't know, you're building a house bus, turning a bus into a house. Give us an update video or, you know, for that, and then give us a separate video of what you did. You ain't got to give us a recap of what you did the last 3 videos. And that shit gets on my nerves.
Just link them at the end of the video. Hey, if you want to know here's the before and here's what's next.
And then let's get into it. And that's what gets on my nerves. But like I said, I don't create any content. This is my first time doing anything like this since 2015 when Periscope was still a thing. Like I did this segment, I called it Mule Talk, where I would get on Periscope, and Periscope was dope because you could get people from all over the fucking world to just join in on your video. And I was doing it for a few weeks, and I would get like the people that knew me that thought I was funny and would just watch the shit because I would gas it up on Twitter. But then, how you could share it and then it would pop up notification on your phone, and then all these other people open it. And then now, bro, this one time I had a stream where I had not who had joined through the course of the video. I had 1,200 people consecutively right there. I could see it. 1,200 people for like 25 minutes just listening to shit that I was talking about. 1,200 people, bro. And I mean, I got nudes sent to me through this because the moral of the show was I would talk about relationship shit. And I would read, I read like all the comments, all the shit that people post in there. And I would I would ask my own personal questions. And then I would let them ask questions. And then I would do like some story time. I would tell some shit that I've done. And, of course you got your hecklers in there that talk shit. But I I would like flash my, social media on the thing, and bro, on my Snapchat, bro, I would have girls sending me fucking nudes, bro, on that bitch. I would have people messaging me on Snapchat like, when's the next episode going? And I'd be like, Thursday at 5. Be like, okay, cool, I can't wait, kind of shit. I had people asking me if I would do merch, bro, and I just never got, because Periscope died too quick. It was around for a long time, but it never was popular. And then right around the time that it was really popular is when I jumped in on it, but then it didn't last very much longer after. And I just stopped doing it. And but yeah, bro, I was getting on that bitch, bro, fucking just having the fucking time of my life by myself. So getting on here with you is cool. It sucks because it's not live, but we could do a YouTube live,
Yeah, that'd be.
We could do a YouTube live. We could do a Facebook live. I'm down with that.
My mom will hop in that shit and be like, "Hold on, wait a second, I got a couple questions for you."
Shit, I ain't doing a Facebook live. No, hell no.
No, not Facebook. I do Instagram. I do YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And even now I post the link to the podcast me and Unique do on Facebook, and I don't think my mom has ever watched one. And I even tell like my family, like, just look, watch at your own risk.
Well, see, what I do when I post stuff on Facebook that I don't want certain people to see, like when I made the Eat Ass song, I went and custom my status to where like my coaches couldn't see it, my old high school coaches couldn't see it, and my mom couldn't see it. So like when I would post stuff like that, I would just make sure that they wouldn't be able to see it regardless.
Look, I got old teachers of mine. I have my principals on whenever we graduated high school on there. Like, you watch at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
All these people, like, y'all know me for the most part. Most of the people that watch it, they know me in real life. You know what to expect when you get on there. It's not too far from the wheelhouse of just who I am as a normal person.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's take a different route right now. Let me get a question for you. Let's talk music. All right. Who is your top 5 rappers? Let's start with that. Top 5 rappers right now. Not of all time compared to everybody else's list.
Who I listen to
top
right
5
now.
Rappers to you
That I'm listening to just right now.
Okay, I take that back. Oh shit, lost the camera. It could be your top 5 of all time. It could be that. Yo, quit. Goddamn dogs. I'm sorry, y'all. Goddamn dogs. Anyways, yeah, it could be your top 5. It don't have to be like new people. Just your top 5 people that your rappers that you fuck with.
Jay.
You said Drake or Dre?
No, Jay-Z.
Jay.
Because this is I got a rap, like a pure rap podcast that I've got lined up, and then I might get a few different people to hop in on, and so it can be like a bigger debate. But I had this with my sister's boyfriend. I look at the word rapper as just a rapper. I don't care about how many records you sold. I don't care how popular you are. Like, how well do you rhyme other words with other words? You know, how your flow. So when I say rapper, I'm going Jay, Hawk, Royce the 5'9". I got a list somewhere in my phone. Off the top, I'm gonna say Andre 3000, and then like Elzai or something like that. But I've turned into like a rap nerd where I don't like the I don't care how many streams you got, how many records you sell. Like, do you rap well? Like, I've gotten to where I'm such a fan of just pure rapping, where I don't.
And no, I take that same route, bro. Like, I got a couple homies, bro. Well, he ain't got 15 million listeners on Spotify. He ain't got this. Like, bro, who gives a fuck about that? Like, I tried to like Tekashi 6ix9ine was a popular motherfucker, but you could not sit here and tell me that he was good. Like, he was not good. But people listen to him. Does that make him good? No.
Come on, man. No, that
like, you know, my favorite rapper, okay, not as well known. My favorite rapper of all time is J. Cole, right? And that's my number 1. But you wouldn't guess who my number 2 is. I really don't even have a top 5, to be honest, but I can round out some people that I listen to. But you won't be able to guess who my second, like in order, 1, 2, who the second rapper is. You wouldn't guess them.
Probably not. If you got Cole at 1, you've already got me confused at who would be number 2.
Zero.
I'm not mad at that though, because Zero makes really good music.
Like, he's very lyrical, but he's catchy, and like his music is groovy. But then he has like some hard shit sometimes too. Like, I fuck with Zero. I fuck with Houston, Texas music in general, but that's my number 2. And I fuck with Wale. I was just talking to some homies about that earlier today.
I think Wale is super underrated. I don't think people respect Wale enough as an artist, as a complete artist. Wale he don't have a whack album. He's got some songs that, just ain't for me, but Wale, I feel like as a complete artist, does not get near the respect he deserves.
No.
Wale is phenomenal.
Well, and I think his first album didn't do well, and that's when he kind of like changed up his game, and that's when he got really nice. I thought I read something like his first album didn't do well to the people. It was probably a good album, but to the people, it didn't do well. And then after that, he just blew up. But I knew Wale in the mixtape era, like
the More About Nothing mixtape.
Oh man, the breakup song. I used to jam that shit like a motherfucker when
super hard. I forgot about that song, and I came across it on Twitter. Someone had posted like the video for it, and I think, I ain't heard the song in years.
Always wanted a part 2, never got it.
I would have, I'm not mad at that. Wale don't get, like I said, Wale is, but I separate rapper from artist. Now Wale's super nice. I think I had him on. We did a segment where Unique had asked me the top 10 active rappers, and I had like a criteria for what I defined as active and everything. And Wale was on mine, but he's super high on my artist list, where I don't care if you have a ghostwriter or if you sell records, I'll put that in there. That's why Drake would be at the top of it, because Drake sells more than everybody else.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, bro. This dog over here is making too much noise. I'm gonna put her in my room.
No, you good.
Come on. Oh, damn. Back. But yeah, like to me, Wale for sure is he's more on the artist side. He spits some real shit, but he knows how to make a good song. Let's just put it that way. And that's an argument that I got in with some people on Eminem. Is Eminem a goat? Is Eminem a legend? Yes.
You don't want to get me started on Eminem.
If I was held to gunpoint and a motherfucker told me I need someone to write a hit record for your life, who are you picking? I ain't picking Eminem. But if I'm out of breath fucking with that dog, but if I needed someone to do a rap battle for my life, I'm picking Eminem. It's that simple. I don't want Eminem to write a hit song for my life because I don't think his songs are good. He's had a few good songs. But that early Slim Shady shit, like I'm not racist, but every white party I go to, I gotta hear, please stand up. Hi, my name is, and then Ignition by R. Kelly will play in the middle. Well, I don't think they're playing it no more. I don't know. They may have took that out their playlist. I don't know.
The real party's playing it.
Yeah. And then you might get the way you lie by him and Rihanna. You might get that, and that's at the point where I'm ready to go to the house. I'm like, we playing love music.
Y'all playing that? I'm out. I don't need to be here.
Yeah. But I don't know. Let's go. J. Cole, Zero. Let's see. Shit, like I said, bro, it's tough. I fuck with Ja Rule. I'm putting Ja Rule in my, and I still listen to him. I'm not saying this is all time. This is just people that I listen to, my favorites. So I put Ja Rule in there. I put Old Wayne in there. Old Wayne. That's 4 right there, I think. Number 5, I really don't know, man. Drake, I guess.
I get that argument with M, and I get into arguments about Wayne a lot. Eminem, I think my issue with M is that I think at this point in Eminem's career, I don't think he needs, and he may want to do it. I don't know the man, so he continuously does it. So either he wants to or he feels he needs to, but I don't think he needs to do the pop song. I don't think he needs to do a song where he goes and gets Pink or Rihanna or Beyonce, whoever it is, to have a song. You Eminem, if you put an album out, you gonna get 500 or more thousand streams.
Oh yeah,
album sales in the first week. So,
and if it's ass, you got enough diehard fans that won't believe it is.
Yeah, and so
give me one more second, bro. I'll be right back. Over got her paw stuck in the goddamn thing, couldn't get out. Dumbass. Anyways, yeah, go back.
With him, if he is the rap nerd that I believe him to be, that he talks about being, I think you just want to rap. And you at a point in your career where you're who you are as a legend is solidified, just rap, B. You ain't gotta do the pop song. Yeah, that's what he wants to do, then hey, look, cool. I'm not gonna listen to it. Because with the music that he's making isn't for me. I don't subscribe to that type of music. And I people will be like, well, he's he's the greatest rapper of all time. That's cool. That's your opinion. I don't think that he is. I personally think that I can name 10 people that rap better than him. And then
by your description of rappers, like, is it the store? Like, I think Eminem's a great rapper. I don't think he's a good artist.
I agree with that, but even then, I still, and I like I said, my sister's boyfriend, we've gotten into some real heavy because he's real well versed in rap, and so we've gotten into where I'm saying like I'm not saying that Eminem isn't a phenomenal rapper. He is amazing. I just personally think that I can name 10 people that rap better than him. Mm-hmm. Based on my criteria, that is, what I base rappers off of. But yeah, I think I can name. Now, people may hear it and they'll agree with it, and that's fine. They don't have to agree with it. It's my list. And the same thing with Wayne, where I think him and Wayne have gotten to a point where I feel like you're almost tarnishing your legacy with the music that you've been putting out. And then, but then
I would agree.
But then Wayne will do something where Wayne will put out a fire ass verse, and I'll be like, well, maybe he still got it. For every 5 bad songs, he puts out something that I'm like, all right, maybe you still got it.
Well, see, my issue with a lot of people is there's too many yes men in the music industry. Too many yes men. There's too many people that just won't tell them, bro, this shit is ass. Cause I mean, like in some of these features that people put on these albums, I'm like, bro, this was a good song, and you put this person on there and they ruined it. And that's why I don't hate on Kanye West for, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was a big Soulja Boy guy back in the day in high school. I respect Soulja Boy for what he's done for social media for rappers, because he was a meme for a long time, was like, I was the first person that did that. But he was.
In them interviews, he be saying shit that sounds outlandish, but he be telling
a lot of
facts. He's not lying about any of it.
Go look at his early YouTube channel, bro. And like, granted, he may have grossed a lot of views over the past couple of years just for him saying dumb shit like that. But I remember him being like one of the only rappers that was like posting vlogs. He was posting different types of dance videos. Like, he was a kid that was just having fun on YouTube, and it worked, a rapper. And then so many people came up on it. But what I was getting at on that is I ain't mad at Kanye West for pulling his verse off the album, because I haven't heard it, but I'm assuming it was trash, because I don't think Soulja Boy makes good music anymore at all. I used to think he was all right pre-fame, and then, those albums, a couple of those albums when he was still young, like, I got me some bathing apes, bro. I went and bought a pair just because of that video. Like, I had the jackets that zipped all the way the fuck up with all the shit on there. Like, Soulja Boy is one of the most influential rappers of all time. But
him and Joe Budden, to me, are the internet rappers. Like, they're the rappers who they were really, really early on the internet, and they used it how most rappers are using it now. They've been doing that for 10 plus years. Exactly.
And like I said, I'm sure that verse was trash, but was it? I don't know. I haven't listened to Donda, and I'm not going to, because I'm not a Kanye West. I'm not saying Kanye West is trash. I don't like Kanye West's music. I haven't listened to him since The Graduation.
It's not bad. I think, for me personally, in my taste, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was, and I make the joke around my friends, when he was still Kanye West, he was good. It's the moment he got with Kim Kardashian, when he became Kanye Kardashian, the music went, it went downhill.
Everything Dr. Umar talks about, and I'm a contradiction to what Dr. Umar talks about, because, I have been with white women in the past, but when you hear things like what he says, that shit was spot on, bro. Like, that motherfucker Kanye West changed so much, and she ain't even white, so I don't even know why I said that, but it's like he started thinking he was Jesus, and now he worships Jesus. Isn't that weird?
He reminds me, the Soulja Boy. Him and
that
Umar and Soulja Boy.
He reminds me of what's his name? Dennis Rodman. That's who Kanye West reminds me of.
Dennis Cole, though. But Umar and Soulja Boy, to me, are the same thing, where they're a meme to the rest of the world. But if you ever sit and listen to what they're actually saying, I don't hear no lies. Like a lot of that is factual stuff, and they have facts to back up what they're saying, but they're just such a mockery to the I guess the social media, to the age group, that yeah, we make fun of them, but you really got to listen to
100%. Because, like, I mean, let's just put it out there. Like, you know, you're black. I'm black as well, you know. And a lot of the stuff that he says, I 100% agree with. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I may laugh about it and all that, but like I agree with a lot of what he says. Now I love black women. I love black women. I love all women. But like if I was to be with a white chick, right? You know, he says, well, you're sleeping with the enemy, like you can't talk black anymore. And like for me, I'm like, I would never let her or her family sway the way that I go about things. Because the moment that I start feeling like, man, hey, this, I would be out of there. You know what I'm saying? And uh, like black women, I love black women. My mom's black, my sister's black, my whole family that I know, I'm half Puerto Rican and I'm half black, but I don't really know my Puerto Rican side. I know my black side. So I was raised with black folks in a country ass town in Oklahoma, Southwest Oklahoma. Like that's what I was raised with. Like, and for me personally, I'm just like, you know, if I am with a white chick, I'm never gonna let her and her family's beliefs sway me. Because if her family, from where we're from, if her family didn't like black folks anyways, we wasn't gonna be their boyfriend anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Because where we're from, you hear that. I like you. I want to be with you, but my family won't let me be with a black dude or an ethnic dude. Like I've heard that plenty of times.
I had an ex our dad was raising.
I mean, like, and I wouldn't even continue that relationship if I knew that. Like, I wouldn't even keep trying. Like, if she told me that, and I was like, all right, then fuck this, you know, because I know better. And like, my mom's not a racist person either, but just being where we were from, she just didn't trust the white folks in that area. She didn't trust white people as a whole. She just didn't trust white folks in Oklahoma.
Those particular people.
No. In that area in general, Altus, Tipton, Frederick, you know, whatever.
Well, she's been around probably. She's probably seen some of those families done some foul shit.
Exactly. And it's like, and I never questioned her. Like, you know, I never questioned her one time. And then I move up to Oklahoma City, and then it's like, you know, you still kind of see the same shit, but they kind of a little bit more down low and low key about it.
They hide it more.
Exactly. And like I was saying, I don't mind black women at all, but they don't like me because they assume that I like white girls. So I'm just like, come on, maybe just come holler at me for a second. You'll find out, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we ain't got to get too much deeper in that. I just wanted to, if this video does get out there to people, I support Dr. Umar and I support African. I support all of that. What I just want him to know, and he will never probably ever see this or respond to it. Like if I am in an interracial relationship, I'm gonna stand by the way I fucking stand at the end of the day, because I'm 27, but I'm old school. Like I'm head honcho. I ain't saying I'm alpha, beta, any of that. Fuck all that shit. I just know that I have what the fuck I believe in and what I want to go about in life. And I stand with black folks, man. I think when people ask me, what are you? I say I'm black. And my dad's upset about that, not because he don't like black people. Obviously, he's married. He was married to a black woman. That's all my dad fucks with is black women. My dad's girlfriend right now is black. But that's just what I identify with. And I may not look it to anybody, but
I don't think that just because you have a white girlfriend or whatever it is, that just immediately takes away your opinion on black matters. Like, no, exactly. I can still be pro-black and have a white girlfriend. That doesn't change. I got white friends. That doesn't mean that, like, because I got white friends, that all of a sudden my opinion on black matters or even brown matters all of a sudden is nullified. But no.
Bro, I'm pro-black as fuck. All my white
like a
friends call me
motherfucker.
racist, bro. All my white friends call me
You
racist,
do.
bro.
You do, huh?
Yeah, bro. I am pro-black to the fucking fullest. You know, but I also am not like I'm not a racist at all, but I am pro-black. Like I've been through the worst times. I've grown up and through some bad times. Like I've been through it all. I went to college on my own. I live on my own. I've been down to the gutter, like all that shit that like most black people in America go through. Like I've been right there. And I've been called the N-word. And to people that maybe watch this video, I don't even look black. I get asked, am I fucking Indian at the fucking Indian gas station, bro? Especially when the beard was thicker.
My barber, shout out to Tristan, up until he's been cutting my hair for probably going on 2 years now. Literally, like the last time I got my hair cut, I said something about being Hispanic. He goes, wait a second, you're not white? I said, Tristan, no, like we talked about, my dad's Mexican, my mom's white. He said, shit, I thought this entire time you was white. I said, no. Well, you're half white.
The way we sound, it's the way we sound, bro. And like I tell people, I mean, my accent used to be worse than it is now. But living up here for 5-6 years, I've kind of like, but like I used to sound worse than this. And then, but people try to say they can look at me and tell, and I'm just like, man, all right, whatever. And like I said, I'm not ashamed of the way I look, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm black, but I'm just saying to most people, but like some people say, anyways, if we get pulled over, I mean, we ain't gonna get the treatment that some people would get. So
yeah, it could be worse, but it's not. I've been in the car with one of my white homeboys that I've been in the car with, and we got pulled over, and he didn't have a seatbelt on. The cop came over there and was like, "Hey, I pulled you over," and he said, "No," and he goes, you don't have a seatbelt on." And looked at him, and he was like, "Well, I guess you should go ahead and write the ticket." He goes, "I ain't putting the fucker back on." He goes, "So write the ticket and go." He goes, "But I'm not putting my seatbelt on." And I was like, "I ain't no way in hell I'd ever attempt shit like that."
I got pulled over a couple of weeks ago. Small town up here called Jones. No black folks in Jones. There's a black town near it called Spencer, but I mean, whatever. I got pulled over 12:30. I'm leaving on my homie's crib. I'm speeding. I didn't realize that the speed limit changed because I was on a back road that switched immediately into city limits on the main street. And by the time I realized that the speed limit was 30, I was still going 45. And I got pulled over, and I mean, I was fucking scared. I'm not gonna lie. 12:30 at night, all white town. My ID says I'm not from here. I don't look like I live there. Like, let me give you perspective of this town. Where I got pulled over, there was a lot next to me. I guess there was like either a rodeo or a show or something that next day. There was a parking lot over here full of horse trailers and pickup trucks, bro. That's where I got pulled over at. And that's where I was like, oh, fuck. And then the motherfucker comes to the passenger window to get me to give my ID and all my shit to him. I was like, oh, shit. And I mean, I let him know that I wasn't from here. I didn't know all this and that. And I mean, and I'm not saying all cops are bad. I just didn't know because of being in the city and the town that I was in. He was cool. He marked my ticket, that I was only doing 10 over, so it didn't hurt my insurance or my license or anything. Respect. Appreciate you, dog. But I shouldn't be scared. That's the issue. I shouldn't be scared.
Oh, no, for sure. I got pulled over. I've got a homeboy. Well, fuck. I'll do better one day as a human. My homegirl, whatever. My homegirl at the time was my homeboy. And we had left out of a parking lot that had like gravel and shit. And one of my other homeboys that we had met up with like tore ass out of there, smoking shit everywhere and everything. So he gets out and then he dips off. And so I'm pulling out after him, but there's dust and shit and everything. And a cop pulls us over and he thinks it's us. Cool, whatever. Black cop, but he's one of them black cops that he show out with the white dudes. Dude gave his mom a ticket. That's crazy. Neither here nor there. So pulls us over and everything, and we in the seat, and I'm driving, and he goes, can I get your license and registration? So I give him my license and my insurance card, and he looks over at my homeboy, and he's like, oh, can I get your license? And he looks over at him, and he was like, what do you need my license for? And he goes, because so I know who you are and everything. And he was like, actually, by law, you don't. And he goes into the spiel, and I looked over at him, and I was like, dog, you don't need to give your fucking license. Just get the fucking ID out and give it to him. What the fuck are you doing? So give it to him and everything. And he comes back, lets us go and everything. And we get to my crib, and I was like, don't ever pull no fucking shit like that with me in the car ever again. You do that shit with your white friends? Have at it. Not with us. Do we brown? Don't. Yeah. Not with him, especially him. We know how he give it up. Don't do that shit with me in the car, please. I'm going home tonight, B. Like,
yeah, it's funny, bro. Hey, white folks really think they can talk to anybody any kind of way they want, bro.
It was wild as they get away with it.
Like, I would never think of a million years to tell my mom, like, I know this is stereotypical. This is what everybody says, but like, Mom, get out of my room. This is my space. Like, I would never say that.
I've seen it I've been in the room when they've done that. And I've been like, you niggas wild. Hey, look, if y'all can do it, more power to you, but that ain't going down to my house.
You know what gets on my nerves? Let's fucking take a switch out of here. You got all these, I don't know any nice way to say this or any better way to say this, but you got all these soft people nowadays, right? That, like, if I was to tell how I was disciplined and brought up, people would say that I was abused, and I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I don't have any issues or problems personally. Like, I 100% to swear to God, I don't believe I need to go to therapy and get things worked out. Like, I understand authority. I understand all that. Like, my mom whooped my ass as a kid when I acted up, bro. And my mom was tough.
I've been there for a few of them ass whoopings too.
Huh?
I've been present for a few of them ass whoopings too.
Oh yeah. And like, it shaped me who I am today. Like, I don't disrespect, bro. I was always called one of the most respectful kids. Like, even to my white friends' parents. Like, I was a yes ma'am, no sir person. Like, and the white people thought that was crazy. They're like, I would go eat at my homie Brian's house. Brian. I go eat at his house, and I would rinse my dish off, and they'd be like, you ain't got to do that, honey. I got it. It's just like, well, I mean, that's just how I was raised. Like, you rinse
you can
the
act
dish
a certain way in the house, but you damn sure going to be respectful in someone else's home.
Oh yeah, because you don't want that to get out there. Like, yeah, I cooked this and this and this and this, and he didn't say thank you. He wasn't respectful. All that. I don't want that floating around about me. Like, I got two things that I don't want anybody to think about. I don't care what nobody thinks about me, but two things right here. I don't want nobody to think I'm like hygiene nasty, and I don't want nobody to think I'm a pussy. Those are two things. I don't want nobody. Anything else, you can think anything else about me. You can think I'm broke. You can think I ain't shit. You can think whatever. I ain't nasty. And I just forgot what the second thing I said, but
not pussy.
I'm not pussy. Yeah. Other than that, hey, have fair share. But I'm a respectful person. Like, shit, that's just how I am. And it's just crazy that we got so many people nowadays that, like, think about this, Darion. Think about this. Think about your kid when you have one. If you don't already, I don't know. You might got some out there somewhere.
Listen, off camera, we can. I should have some, but I don't.
Imagine your kid, hypothetically, your kid is at school acting up, all right? I mean, call the teacher a fucking bitch. Call the teacher, which I've done. Remember Miss Cleaver? I told her I wouldn't blow the school up with her in it.
Yeah, I got it. if I ever see Miss Willis, I got a lot of apologies to give to her.
Oh man,
I
love
made
Miss
that
Willis.
I made that lady's life hell in fourth grade.
And I said that. I told a teacher that I would blow the school up and make sure she was the only person left in there. I said that. And what am I supposed, as a parent, what are you supposed to do? Listen here, buddy. I don't think you should talk like that to your teachers, okay? That's not very nice. That is not what you should say.
My mom fucking
what the fuck did that do? What did that do? Nothing.
I talked with a girl, and she doesn't hit her kids, doesn't spank her kids and all that shit. And they're pretty good kids. Like, I've met them; they're solid kids.
Some of them you ain't got to. Bro. And I get it, but there's some that when they born, they're missing something. That they're just badass motherfuckers, bro.
With me, I've always done like a 3-strike rule, like a baseball rule. Like, all right, like sometimes shit happens, we can have a conversation. I feel like I could probably discuss it in a way where they would get I could get the point across without having to get like too physical with them. But if I didn't had a conversation with you a few times about the same issue, I feel like you're playing with me.
Yeah, and I don't want to whoop my kids. Yeah. I don't want them to. I don't want to. But you're right. At that 3rd strike, I done said it 2 times, and you acting like I ain't shit. Oh, okay. Let's handle this.
We're gonna see now. Now I'm gonna fuck you up. And when I say I'm gonna fuck you up, like, people are like, oh, you gonna, like, not, I ain't gonna physically suck my kid.
I ain't gonna beat the shit out you, but you gonna feel this belt on that ass.
I'm gonna get my point across physically.
Yeah.
And that's whenever, as I sit here and I'm, eventually I do want kids. And so eventually when I do, like, I would like to be in a situation where, like, it's not like I got a baby mom's issue. Like, I'd like to have, and so as I'm, navigating the streets and shit like that, like, that's something that, like, I would like for me and whoever it is I have kids with to agree on. So we're like, look, we can have a conversation with them, no issue. But I ain't going to continuously just let a child disrespect me in my own home. Like, eventually.
But then that's the problem with the people now. Well, you're not a good parent then if they continue to do, like, bro, you don't understand. There's no winning, Darion. So we could whoop their ass, we're fucked up. We can, if we don't do anything, then we're a bad parent. Then if we were to go old school on them and go make them work, I ain't got to put my hands on you, but go out there and rake up that yard. Go out there and fucking plant the vegetables or put them through hard labor. You're still a bad person. But talking to them like this, like, listen here, little buddy, you shouldn't do this, and that ain't working. Then what? Then what do you do? What do you do? You're just a terrible parent, regardless. You got to hope your kid's one of those kids that is a good kid. Not every kid's a good kid. If every kid was a good kid, you wouldn't have people in jail.
We had I had a conversation with her, and my thing was, look, you want to talk to her? That's your kid. I can't tell you how to raise your children. I said, but what you got to understand is there are people out there that ain't gonna talk to her. She go, if she mouth off or something like that, not everyone's gonna try and just have a conversation with her. Some people are like, oh, you mouth off? Bet. And they're gonna get on her ass. And that's why when I told her, I was like, and I gave her the story, but shout out to Ian Graham, Taryn, his older brother. We was out at their house one day. I was just popping shit to Taryn. I was popping shit to Ian, just talking shit. And he's like, hey, like, watch your mouth. I mean, man, fuck you, yada, yada, dot, like, for real. Chill. And he's like, well, I'm gonna fuck you up. At the time, Ian bigger than that, Ian was bigger than me and everything. And I had said something to him, and he was like, all right, fuck me up. I quit talking shit to Ian. You get humbled. And to the point, all right, well, I know not to run my mouth to just everybody. Yeah. And you learn that, and that's all I was trying to explain to her. Like, look, like, she can't do that with everybody. She can run her mouth, like, cool, whatever. Extremely intelligent, cool. She's smarter than a bunch of the kids in the school. That's fine. Not everybody just gonna have a conversation though. Some people are, oh, okay, cool. You want to do that? Bet I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. And like, And I know people personally, bro, that just like you can't be your kid. You can't be your kids. And I know that people are going to tell us to shut the fuck up because we don't have kids. But I've been an uncle since I was, let's put it in perspective. I'm 27 and my oldest niece is 20 this month. So I've been an uncle that long. And I've got her, two other nieces and a nephew, or three other nieces and a nephew. So I've been an uncle a long time, and I've babysitted these motherfuckers long and a lot of times. And a lot of my friends got kids. So I'm not saying I have kids, but I have seen very different and various parenting styles. And I've seen my friends, some of my friends, how they treat their parents. So this is just perspective talking. Like, I know a lot of people that they are friends with their parents. It's cool to do that now that we're adults. But like I had friends that would tell their parents what they was and what gonna do. I would never, I've done it and it didn't turn out well. And I wouldn't do it again. Like I've seen a parent tell someone, be home at 11 o'clock. Man, I ain't being home at 11. I'll be home at 2. And bickering back and forth. We left, and that motherfucker didn't come back till 2. And he got yelled at, but that was the end of it. He got yelled at. That was the end of it.
I didn't really have a curfew. Like once we, but I didn't. I mean,
well, this is when we was in high school. This is when we in high school.
Oh, even when we, even when we lived down there, I had to be home, at a certain time and everything. And I was always home. But like when we moved up here, like we was in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, and I might be up to 10, 11 at night. But I didn't really ever get to know fuck shit, so I had I had a lot of freedom. I was doing fuck shit, but I never got caught doing the fuck shit, and so I didn't really have much of a curfew. And hell, by the time we was in high school, I might not be home for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
I might be 2, 3 in the morning when I come in the crib, but there was never a worry of like you was out doing some shit you wasn't supposed to. I was, but I never got caught doing it. And so
shit, my mom wouldn't let me stay the night at motherfucker's house, bro. They stayed around the corner, bro.
Damn.
She wouldn't let me. My mom was strict on me, and I resented her a lot for it at the time, but then I got older and started realizing that like I'm an adult now, and like some of the shit that she would preach to me, I had it happen. And this is what the young kids don't, and this is what I try to get my 20-year-old niece to understand, like, because she told my mom, so my sister, her mom passed away a few years back. So she told my mom and my dad, times are different now. Things aren't like how there was. And when I heard that, I was just like, damn, she's dumb. She is dumb. I got more on that story. And but she's dumb. Like I get it, because I said the same thing. And I told her this. I was like, I said the same thing. Like, I'm 7 years older than you. So it's like, if you need to talk to anyone about anything, I'm the one that you talk to, because I just went through everything you went through not too long ago, Times hadn't changed that much from where you're at now to where I'm at, And I told her, I was like, you're going to realize that I don't know when you're going to realize. I realized it at about 24, 25 when I almost got a fucking DUI. That fuck everything that my parents has ever said that I hated them for saying, or I hated that they said it. I hated them. Hated that they said it. Came fucking true. And I was like, damn, sure. That old school shit never dies. That old school shit helps, because new school and this new age shit, everybody's fucking dumbasses. And that old school stuff is so strict and so old school that it prevents you from getting in trouble, because you would never get to that point in the first place, if that makes sense.
No, I'm with you completely. Now that's straight fact.
And here's the part to where she's dumb, right? So she's 19, be 20 on the 22nd. Obviously her mom, my sister, passed away, and her stepdad ain't stepdad. He ain't shit. Fuck that nigga. Anyways, and I hope he sees this. I'm sharing this all on Facebook because I want to see him. I want to see him. I don't care if it's in the ring. I don't care if it's on the street. I want to see him. I may just cut this part out and post it on Facebook and tag his ass in it. Anyways, I want to see him. So she's been pretty much on her own, but she got this boyfriend that was there for her when all this shit unfolded. You know, when she graduated high school, things wasn't going right there, you know, whatever. Well, she's got this boyfriend that was there for her. She's already fucked at that point. She was at her lowest and she had somebody that was there. She's going to be forever attached. If they ever split, it's going to be bad. Whatever. First off, motherfucker lives with his mom. For the majority of the relationship, lived with his mom. Mom didn't like the niece. Mom made the niece pay rent to stay there. He had no job. He's a rapper, Darion. He's a rapper. And I ain't hating because I'm in the music shit too. And I'm hoping I make it. But I got a job. And I sound like an old ass motherfucker talking right now. But just hear me out. I got a job and I'm trying to pursue the music. Because if the music ain't paying the bills, then what the fuck else am I going to do? And I refuse to move back in with my mama. I ain't doing that. Ever. I ain't moving back to Tipton either. I don't care how bad times is. I'll stay in that car and I'll just be dodging the repo man. But anyways, he ain't got a job. And to my knowledge, he still ain't got a job. And that was 3 years ago. I think they've been together about 3 years. Still ain't got a job. Mama don't like her and all this and that. They get put out. Well, they moved to Tulsa because that's where the dad lives. And they hustle. They like my niece was really smart. My niece was good at track. She was wanting to run track at college. She lived in Dallas. She went to Mesquite or DeSoto. She was good. Gave that up, all that shit. Graduated high school, still proud of her on that. Mom was Navy. She was in the Navy. Not saying she had to join the Navy. Not saying she had to go to college. But my thing to her was, you've seen how like my mom, my dad, and my sisters, her aunts, have lived. They work that 9 to 5 life, and that shit ain't fun. That shit sucks. I work a 9 to 5 job, and I hate this. And I've got a college degree, bro. And I hate this shit. And she's wanting to fucking work at the mall and work all this and that. Meanwhile, he ain't got no job. She's hoping he blows up. And like I said, I ain't mad at you for supporting your man's dreams, but he ain't bringing no money to the table, and it's been 3 years. He might sell drugs. I don't know. He might. I don't know. And I've met him like allegedly he might sell drugs. And from what I know, he's a good, nice guy, you know. But my niece is 19 years old, taking care of a motherfucker. What happened? Because the girls now, they don't work. They make the niggas take care of them. The girls now, when you get on Twitter, it's, oh, my man got to have money. My man got to do this. My man got to do that. Well, where did it skip on her to where she's the breadwinner, got to take care of him? And that's where I get upset, because she calls me and asks me to borrow money. She calls me and asks me to borrow money, bro. And I'm just like, well, what's your boyfriend doing? It's like, well, we just hard time. And then I know he ain't got no job. And that irritates me. That irritates the shit out of me, because my niece is not dumb, but she is dumb. And here's the response to the music thing. Like I said, I'm not hating on them for wanting to do music, because I'm doing it too. But I work with a lot of local artists up here, because I got discovered by some local producers up here that are trying to make it the same, you know? And I've got music on Apple Music, you know? And I've got 2,000 streams on a song. You know how much money I made on that 2,000 streams?
barely anything.
2 people bought it. So put that in perspective. That's $2.99 a song. I've made $10 on that song, bro. So that just tells you how many streams you've got to get to fucking make it. And if I've made $10 off 2,000 streams and I've never even heard of this dude, she's got to get some sense in her mind, but she's not, because he was there for her at her lowest point. So she rides with him. And if he does blow up, hey, cool. But I got something bad for you. I don't believe that motherfucker's is going to be solid. Because why would, and that's me judging him. But I'm just looking at this like, if I'm nobody now, and in 3 days I can become as big as Jay-Z in 3 days. Post one song, I'm as big as Jay-Z in 3 days. Why wouldn't I want to go out there and just fucking live? Now, maybe I'm a piece of shit and maybe he's not. I don't know. But I that's just the way I look at it. And I just don't understand where she got, where she skipped where all the other girls in 2021 are now. I don't understand that.
I see one or the other. I either see, like you said, it's he's got to make 6 figures. You got to pay all the rent, that, or I see the flip side where it's a chick and
is independent as fuck.
She own her own business. She sell bundles and she make drug dealer money. And I've seen it where those type of women sometimes will complain because they can't find a partner that matches what they bring to the table. And so they just
But how often are you seeing in modern times now to where she is willing his ass in modern times? That's some old school shit where the chick is taking care. But in the new times, you ain't seeing that.
No.
And that's what irritates me about it.
That streaming conversation, that's a different conversation for a different podcast when we got some time, because I got a lot of opinions on the money that they make from streaming. I've got a lot of questions about that.
Hey, yeah, I would love to be on it because I got some shit to say too. And it may sound like I'm gonna hate. I ain't gonna hate. I'm in full support of the OnlyFans girls. Full support.
Get your money, B. Get your money. Get they money. Please.
Get your money. The issue I have is with the dumbass dudes. It's not with them. It's not how I ain't mad how the chicks are getting their money. I'm mad at the simps. I had a little homie, bro. He's probably 19 years old. He sent this girl that he don't even really know. You might have seen me tweeting him the other night. He sent her, I guess she posted a tweet, someone cash out me some money to get my nails and my toes did. And he did it. And I said,
I think I actually did see these tweets.
I said, I cannot believe that you did that. But people would be mad at me for saying that he's wrong for doing it. Like, bro, you wasn't gonna bag her. You wasn't gonna see her going. If you went on a date, it was gonna be so she could get something to eat, something to drink. Like, but I ain't mad at her. That's what I want people to understand. I ain't mad at her. I'm mad at him.
He's tricking.
Yeah,
tricking.
So that's what I want to get. If I get featured on that part of that other podcast, that's what I want to get my point across. I ain't mad at her. I'm mad at him.
No, we gonna have to do it like a part 2 or something like that.
Because to be honest, right now, like, have we even really? I don't even think we've reached in this video a lot of shit that we should talk about. So that's how I already know that me and you got a good chemistry, my dog. We didn't just fucking been on here.
We got to get Dana. I got to get with Dana and like figure out a schedule where we can all 3 get on. We got to do one. Because we at 2 hours right now, just me and you.
For real?
Yeah.
I had no idea. It didn't even feel like that long. Well, what's crazy is we need Dana for this next part, for the next part. So we'll wrap this up at the next whatever. But how I really wanted to get down on this one is I wanted us to talk about like our thought processes on how we look at women, not in a bad way, but just like how we perceive and how we look at them, and the different types of women that we're in, experiences that we've had.
I got some story. I
mean, we could go all day on that. I mean, and it will be good to throw Dana in on that too, because he's a psychology major, so
my nigga
he'll be able to. Huh?
My nigga in love too.
Oh yeah, and so yeah. So
he's psychology.
Me and him got some stories too that we both can share. So,
well, let's do that. I'll wrap this. I gotta eat. I ain't eating all day. I didn't go. I fucking got caught up with a sales rep at lunch, and I ain't eating all day, so I gotta eat. And then I'll hit the group chat and see if I can. Well, when Dana, he'll eventually hit us back, and I'll try and we'll work something out.
Do it on Snapchat, bro. You'll probably be able to recognize that better than on Twitter.
Okay, I can do that. I'll do it on Snapchat. We'll get in the group chat and we'll figure out like a time and everything, and then we'll go from here. We'll figure it out.
All right, dog. Hey, it was nice. It was nice chopping it up with you, man.
For sure. If you want to like put your socials and shit like that, you can.
Yeah. So I mean, just go ahead and find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything. Josh Torres, FDU. That's JOSH TORRES FDU. That's what I am on everything.
All of them.
On all of them.
Bet. Hey, thank you, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it. We'll figure it out.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
We'll see.
Peace.